Welcome back to the podcast. Today, we're diving into a topic that has the power to transform how you experience both your life and your business. And that is clearing mental clutter by reprogramming your self-talk. If you're new to my channel, welcome. I'm Flora Sage, certified simplification coach and 7-time author. And for over 27 years, I've been helping women like you align into a life and a business that you are wildly obsessed with by helping you clear out the 9 types of clutter, keeping you from a life that you love. What are those 9 types of clutter? They are mental, spiritual, emotional, digital, financial, daily, body, process, and environmental clutter. Today, we are focusing on mental clutter specifically. And this is the clutter created by negative self-talk or outdated self-talk. So first, I want to start with this. Did you know that the fastest way to learn a new language is through total immersion? From the time that you're born until around the age of about 10, our inner dialogue is formed by what we hear from our parents, our caregivers, our siblings, our neighbors, our teachers, our friends, and even through the social media and the TV and the media that we consume. These words shape our beliefs about the world, and more importantly, they shape the beliefs that we have about ourselves. This becomes our self-talk, our inner language. So I want you to ask yourself, is your self-talk supporting you, or is your self-talk hurting you? Does your self-talk set you up for success, or is it setting you up for failure? That's a really important question to ask yourself, because when you can recognize what your self-talk dominant language is, that's when you know where to start. That's where your baseline is. Now, do you even know what your self-talk or your inner dialogue sounds like? If not, here's how to find out. First, look at your life. Look at your business. Look at your relationships. Look at what you have and what you don't have. Your life reflects your inner narrative, your inner dialogue. Now, many people in my community want to up-level their mindset, but they aren't quite sure where to start. So that's why I'm doing this podcast episode. I've been having a lot of conversations with all of you. If you're on my email list, you know that I offer complimentary strategy sessions and clutter audits to every single person on my list. So if you haven't gotten your free strategy session and clutter audit, click the link in the show notes, book it. This is your time to start to figure out what actually is my type of clutter. What is the clutter that's preventing me from having the life that I want? Now, most people have a life that they're generally happy with, but there's a couple pockets, there's a couple pieces of your life that you're just gosh, I just seem to keep falling short in this particular area of my life. That's what the clutter audits are for. We take that, we pick it apart, and I share with you key strategic actions that you can take so that you can clear that clutter out and you can start literally tipping the scales in your favor. So, with that said, mental clutter is one of the most influential things that can sabotage your success and really prevent you from having that life that you love. One of the things I talked about many times here on the podcast is about your reticular activating system, and our self-talk directly impacts the RAS, or the reticular activating system. I want you to think of the RAS, or the reticular activating system, as the gatekeeper to your brain. It literally filters out what information gets through and what information does not even make it into the club. You know what I'm saying? And it filters this. It does this through the information that you give it based on what you've said and told it that it's important. And how does it know what's important? By what you focus on, by what you keep repeating. And again, I've done several podcast episodes about this. I'm going to link one of the episodes below. So click the link after this episode so that you can check that out if you want more information about what the reticular activating system is. And again, your self-talk programs your reticular activating system. So if you're constantly telling yourself, I can't do this, this is never going to work, then your RAS is going to show you evidence to support that belief, and it's going to support that thing that you keep saying and repeating to yourself constantly. On the other hand, if your self-talk is empowering and you're like, yeah, I can do this, then your RAS is going to help you find opportunities and situations and ultimately lead you to success because you're telling yourself, yes, of course I always have this working out in my favor. Of course this is. Yes, I always get my way. I'm super lucky. So that's what your RAS is programming everything in your surroundings to do, is to give you those opportunities to affirm and confirm what it is that you are saying to yourself and repeating to yourself over and over and over again. So how do you reprogram your self-talk? There's actually several different ways. You've probably heard of a vision board or a becoming board or a reminder board. We're not going to talk about that here, but I am going to share with you 2 of my favorite ways to reprogram your self-talk. The first one is I am affirmations, and the second one is to embody the energy of the wish fulfilled. Both of these I've already done individual podcast episodes about, but I'm going to reiterate them here simply because it is so important, and I will literally teach and preach this until the day that I die. So, I am affirmations. I want you to ask yourself, okay, now that I have, or now that I am, or now that I've done this, how would I act in my life? And again, kind of fill in the blank with now that I have 10 clients, or now that I have a 7-figure business, or now that I have made it to my perfect and ideal weight, or now that I am living in Europe, whatever it is, okay, whatever your goal is, how would I act in my life? How would I show up? What would I do daily? What habits would I have? And, how would you navigate life? Write all of your answers down. And just now that I have this, how do I navigate life? How do I show up? What's my self-talk? All that. And just write all of these answers down. When you look at what you've written down, I want you to shift those statements into an I am statement, an I have statement, or an I always statement, okay? And once you've created your list of affirmations or statements or power affirmation, whatever you want to call them, I want you to record them in an app. My favorite is called ThinkUP. Love this app. I use it every single day. And record your own voice saying these affirmations. And again, my favorite app for this is ThinkUP. And listen to these affirmations or these power statements daily, ideally multiple times a day, while you're reprogramming your internal dialogue and while you're reprogramming your subconscious mind. Why does this work? Again, the fastest way to learn a language is through total immersion. For 10 years or up to 10 years, you have been immersed in possible negativity, pessimism, all the things that make up what your inner dialogue is saying right now. And so again, if you don't have your perfect and ideal life that you are wildly obsessed with and you get all the things that you want, something is off with your self-talk, okay? There's a little bit of a barrier, there's a little tweak, and sometimes it's just a little tweak and then you literally just take off. Sometimes there's a lot of stuff to work on. Again, that's why we review and reflect on, what my life looks like right now, what my self-talk is, and now that I have this thing, how will I navigate life? And again, change those statements into I am statements. I have, I always, and this is present tense, this is my life. I always get what I want. I always have the most amazing clients ever. I have a very supportive spouse and partner. I am the biggest expert in my, whatever it is. I'm the biggest expert in my field. Whatever it is. I'm the highest paid person in my company. Again, write down those affirmations and those power statements like they're already yours, like you already have them, and listen to them daily. Listen to them daily. And again, this is going to reprogram your subconscious mind and allow your subconscious mind to learn a new language, to learn a language of positivity and of empowerment. The next way to reprogram your inner dialogue is through the feeling and by the embodying of the energy of the wish fulfilled. This is a quote by Neville Goddard. This is my Bible. This is Neville Goddard's The Complete Reader. This book truly will teach you how to change your life in a way that nobody else has. The first couple times I read this book, it kind of went over my head, and then it clicked. And every single time I read it, I just get reawakened, and it's just incredible. So those of you who have been following me for any amount of time, for literally like the last 10, almost 15 years, this has been my go-to resource for shifting inner dialogue, for shifting through blocks and resistance and all the things. Living from the place, embodying the energy of the wish fulfilled. Like, what does that mean? It's literally about living from the place of already having the thing that you desire. A lot of people, when they talk about manifesting or just even bringing something into your life, they want you to, put it on a vision board, and they want you to really get into this excited state for 17 seconds, wherever that came from, and just be in this hyper state of like, oh, yes, it's mine. I'm so happy, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, that never works. Like, I don't know anybody that has ever worked for consistently. It might work like one time, maybe 2 times, but it never really works consistently. And so how you actually embody the energy and live from that place of already having that thing is, imagine, let's just say that you want a new car, okay? And yes, go test drive it, get yourself a picture of you having that car, but then also I want you to ask yourself, okay, once I've had the car for like 6 months, it's now your new normal, okay? You've settled into it. You've relaxed into the energy of already having that thing. How do you feel? How do you operate differently in your life or your business because of this? Because what you want is already yours. And again, most people think that you need to stay in this hyper excited state to manifest your desires. But no, once you have something for a while, you relax into it. That is the state that you need to get into to embody and align with your desires and to have them come to you faster than ever. Your brain doesn't know what's imagined and what's reality. So when you can relax into the energy and just like imagine, well, actually, let's do this together. I want you to think of one thing that you want to bring into your life. And I want you to imagine that you already have that thing. You already have it. It's yours. You've had it for 6 months, okay? This is your new normal. You already have that thing. You're down 20 pounds. You've met the person of your dreams. You're working at a job that you could never even imagine, and you get bonuses and you get all the recognition and all the things. Maybe you published a book and it went to, number 1 on the list. Maybe you found a new apartment. Maybe you found a new house. Like whatever it is that you want. Let's just say that it's a car, or let's just say that it's a new apartment. Close your eyes and imagine now that you've had this thing for 2 months, 4 months, 6 months, whatever it is, how do you feel? Notice what you feel in your body. Most people will feel it in their chest, and they feel this expansiveness and this softening of their shoulders, the softening of their neck muscles. And you just relax. You're like, oh, yeah, I have it already. Okay. This is what it feels like to embody the energy. You're embodying that energy of the wish fulfilled. You already have that thing. And because you already have that thing, there is no lack. There is not an ounce of lack in your body. You have it. It's yours. You have it. You know it's yours. and it's your new normal. That is the energy to operate from. That is the energy to move through your life so that you can finally relax enough so that you can reprogram your subconscious mind, and you can reprogram that mental clutter from lack to having. From lack to having. This is such an incredible exercise when you can lock this in. So why does this work and how does this work? By combining I am affirmations with the energy of the wish fulfilled, or the energy of living from that place. Again, like, I already have that car. Of course I do. It's my new normal. I no longer am in lack or want, and I no longer have that gap between where I am and where I know I want to be. When you relax with the energy in your physical body of, yes, I already have that thing, and then the I am affirmations also reaffirm that, yes, I already have this thing, it's mine, then you're teaching your subconscious mind and your reticular activating system to focus on the life and the outcomes that you truly desire. And over time, these thoughts are going to start to become second nature, and they're going to be clearing away that mental clutter, and you're going to open doors to so much success and so many opportunities and so many things coming your way. It's just absolutely incredible. And again, the mind doesn't know what's imagined and what's real. And also the energy that you hold dictates the energy that is coming back. So when you live from that space of already having that thing, and you have those I am affirmations also reaffirming this, things are going to start to happen in your life in your favor that you're like, oh my gosh, like, this is crazy. How is this happening so fast? So I have some reflective questions that I want you to answer for yourself. 1, what is your current inner dialogue telling your reticular activating system to focus on? Okay, write that down. What is your current inner dialogue telling your reticular activating system to focus on? Again, think of your RAS as the bouncer to the club that is your brain and the club that is your consciousness. What you focus on, you get more of, because you're telling the RAS, I'm focusing on this, I want more of it. Again, I've got a whole podcast about this. I'm linking it below. The next thing is, how is your self-talk showing up in your life and in your business? Is it telling you that you have a shitty relationship or a really strong, nurturing relationship and healthy relationship? Is it telling you that you need to do more in your business, or is it telling you you need to do less? So look at how your self-talk truly is showing up, both in your life and in your business, because your personal clutter always impacts your business, and your business clutter always impacts your personal life. Now, the third thing is, what affirmations or power statements can you create to start to reprogram that inner dialogue? And I want you to start this today, because this is the thing, is that if you really truly want change, you will start this today. You're going to feel it in your body. You're going to be like, oh, hell yeah, let's do this. So, question. I want you to share with me in the comments, what is one negative self-talk statement that you've caught yourself saying while watching this video? And also, how can you reframe it into an empowering affirmation? Post that in the comments. If you want my help with that, you can post that your self-talk statement in the comments and say, Flora, I need help to shift this or change this into an I am, an I always, or I have statement, and I can help you out. Also, to help you out with this, I've opened up spots in my calendar for complimentary strategy sessions and clutter audits, and I'm going to help you work this process to clear out the mental clutter for good. So click the link in the description, book your strategy session now. Also, if you found this episode helpful, please Please subscribe, share it with your friends, and leave a review. Your support helps this podcast reach more people looking to declutter their lives and align into a life that they are wildly obsessed with. And remember, all it takes is a clear vision of what you want and the willingness to take one small shift in that direction daily to align into a life that you love. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in the next episode. Mwah.